Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of Trash It. And in the virtual studio, it's not just the ladies, we've got the gentleman muffin in. Now, if you don't know this crew, well, you should actually know this crew. But for the benefit of doubt, I'll introduce my Audrey Epen, which is Celia in all her adore glory. Ajike and Jago Jansi is representing the whole west coast of Nigeria.
West
And
Africa.
Hazel and Sade, welcome to the show. Now, it's going to be very interesting today if you're just joining, but I'm going to read what we're going to be discussing. It's a very funny issue. And that's without me being nice. Very, very funny. But our sister actually needs some advice. Her husband is mourning his dead mistress. 3 months ago, the woman who was having, I don't know if she orchestrated that. I find out about the affairs only 2 days after a funeral. I thought she was simply a co-worker, and I was wondering why my husband was so disturbed and emotional. He quit his job, saying it was too traumatic for him to go to work. She was in the early stages of pregnancy, and when she died, my husband didn't know whether he or her husband was the father of the child. So on top of everything, he's also grieving for a baby, which may or may not be his. I find it extremely difficult to be emotionally supportive when he wakes up at 3 a.m. crying, trembling. Yet I don't have the heart to yell at him like I want to. He says she's dead, so there's no reason for me to feel jealous or threatened.
Right.
And ask for my understanding as he grieves. I can see the ladies already shaking their head. We have barely talked about this in the last week because I don't know how to respond to my husband when he cries and says he misses her and wishes she was here. And then how much he loves me, that he never intends to leave me. I asked him to visit a marriage therapist together, and he said he is not ready to work on our marriage. And he thinks he needs to see a grief therapist instead. Do I need to give him time to mourn the loss of his mistress, or should I demand he focuses on our marriage? So that's why I brought back from the street of social media. So let me go to Excel because she's already like about to yank my head off. Excel, given what I've just read, what's your take on this issue?
I said both of them are crazy. They need help. Two of them. The one money babe and the other one, in short, asking somebody for help. Snap the man back to reality. What? That was even bad enough. They were ignoring me, mourning the dead. I don't even know what to say. That they need help, two of them. I don't think they're supposed to be together.
Okay. Yeah. Ajike, they need help. They are mad. Ethel suggested slapping the man. What's your take on this issue?
I will not slap the man, no, but I will not be involved in any of this nonsense and this bullshit. And the question I ask people like this is it that you don't have children? Because if you have children, I don't have time. If she didn't have a child now, maybe, I don't know, maybe. But if I have a child that I'm worrying about, one person is now mourning, one person that died, like now he's right. He needs to say a grief specialist. He should say a grief specialist for by himself. But even like I said, the old man is somehow. And for me, the reason why I'm angry is that can this woman grieve for somebody, even an ex-boyfriend like this? Not even somebody she's cheating on the husband with. Somebody maybe she dated in the past, person now died. Can she grieve for the person like this? They won't. A woman, she's not allowed to do that. So why is somebody now saying he's grieving? He should grieve in his own space. She won't move out of the house and go and be grieving by the graveside. That's his business. Please, I'm not. When I saw it, I didn't read it to them because I was irritated. Because naturally, I'm very, very. Maybe my person, I'm very impatient. I'm very aggressive. There's a flip side to each thing. There's a flip side to whatever it is you are talking about. But me, I don't like all those where somebody's crying, I'm not begging you. I don't have patience, I beg.
No, so before I go to the other ladies, so if they are children, are you saying she should allow him to grieve and she concentrates on her child and then let him have his moment?
Put my energy now. Me, that is where I will put my energy. I don't have patience for all this nonsense. Me, that's where I put my energy. I cannot be. You cheated on me. You stepped out on the marriage. You're not telling me you are grieving. I should give you time. So before you come back to me, you can't leave me alone. So you can't leave me alone. You have left me alone before now. So go and be cheating on someone. In fact, the woman didn't even know.
If the woman didn't die now, he'll be going
If the
on.
woman didn't die, will he even look at me? Or look at you, or whatever the case may be. So I don't know. I don't have the patience, and I'm the wrongest person to be asking, because me, I won't beat him because I don't have time to slap anybody. The energy I have, so let me conserve it for people that are important to me.
Back to reality.
I don't have it.
Adjust.
Okay. Shade, I know you to be a very patient human being. What advice would you give to this lady?
Patience, my patience. No, seriously, we all need to like understand that everybody's marriage is different, and we all have something we don't take. Some women don't have a problem with their man cheating, you know. Some people accept things like that. It's they've experienced it from their parents. It's a norm. I've seen on social media when Katie said she would not leave her husband if he's cheating. So we're all different, you understand? For some people, cheating is not a problem. Some people is beating. You beat them, they're out. For me, you look at somebody else's bum, I'm out. That's my deal breaker. You see, so for someone like me, that will work. But that woman, she is not ready to leave. She wants to work on her marriage. So she should please help her husband to grieve. She has to. She wants to work on her marriage. Wait now, guys, let me finish.
Wait, Ethel.
She wants to work on her marriage, but she has to let him grieve first. You see, she's accepted that he cheated. She's glad that the woman is dead. I'm looking at her now, like the way she is. Like, let me say I'm that kind of person that can take cheating, for example. So I know that I'm not going anywhere. This marriage, we died there. We kaput there. So now she wants to work on a marriage with him, right? But I would advise her in that situation that she's put herself in. Not all women would take that, but she wants to work on a marriage. He needs to grieve for his mistress. What's she talking about? Someone died. He has a relationship with that person, and they may or may not have a baby together. Are you joking? If her sister died, will she grieve? I beg you, let him grieve very well. Leave him. Let him work on himself. Let him sort himself out. And then when he's ready, we'll sit down. Can this work or can this not work? He's right. He needs to sort himself. He is in love with that person that died. She needs to understand that. I'm not saying he doesn't love her. In fact, I had to speak to an older friend and take permission to share his story.
Please go ahead.
So it's happening. Understand? A couple of months, in fact, it's not a couple of months ago. Last month, the pastor died in Canada. Pastor is a very lovely man. Pastor is a pastor. Everybody loves him. He's there, emotionally, everything. This guy, you would never think that he's cheating. I am not saying that he's cheating. He was not caught cheating. But we have women that are dying because he's dead. There was a friend to the family that she broke down more than the wife. So my friend had to support her. She was telling him things that nobody knows about the pastor. That's why the other time I tell you that there are some things that are happening that we all don't know about, you see. So the late pastor, was a very special friend to her. The only thing she didn't say was if they were sleeping, but we're not daft. Everything, how they talk, how he's there for her, how he pushes her, how he's supportive, how, anything that she wants to do. She is still heartbroken. She can't even believe it. She is crying more than the bereaved. And nobody can understand.
No, nobody can understand.
And as in, my friend is also a younger pastor to the older pastor that passed away. He had to just be there for her. If not, she would ruin everything because she's good. So it's now got to a state that he was asking if he could get hold of the pastor's phone. Only God knows what would find there. So there are a lot of different situations around. Everybody's marriages is different. My darlings, what you would not take, you would not take. But some people would take it, So for me, I've always said, let's sit down and talk about this. Do we want to have an open marriage? Do you want me to play? Is it okay? Okay, you've cheated on me. Can I go ask someone to console me to why your money, your mistress? We go talk now. because but saying that he should not mourn her, I personally don't think that is right. He needs to mourn her, because if not, you're already
No, he
having
can mourn her, but he should mourn her alone. I'm not going to help him
No,
to
but he's
mourn.
not
I'm not going
saying
to help.
that.
When he's
No.
crying, like she was saying that she help him when he's crying at 3 a.m. I don't have time for that. I want to sleep. Lagos traffic is
Okay,
too much.
Adike, let me tell you something. Adike, let me tell you something. This lady did not say that he was a bad man. He's actually a very good husband. And until this mistress died, she didn't have any problem.
Did I say I'm leaving? You are not understanding. I didn't say anything about
Okay.
it.
Hold on, both of
Now
you.
is that
Let me
I want to
finish
live my own life.
You will live your life.
Me, I'm not. Me personally, I have no business. The one in the house, I'm not sleeping with him. To go and sleep with somebody outside. It's personally cheating and sleeping with people. Sex is not even. It's for me. Oh, it's not the grandest of things. So for me, no, I'm talking about myself. So I'm only saying what I would do. I'm not going to be supportive. I'm not saying I'm going now. Since paying the children's school fees, giving me money, I'm enjoying myself. Why would I go?
Now you're talking, sister. So you look at your situation and then you agree what you want to do.
By himself, he should do anything he wants to do by himself. He was sleeping with her by himself. They were enjoying themselves by themselves. So what's now my own problem there?
Okay, so let me go back to the lady. So the lady now has to. This is my advice. She needs to let him mourn and sort himself out. She should stay out of it because they didn't put her there in the first place. So let him sort himself out. And then when he's ready to be my husband, for example, we will now sit down and talk about it. That since you've played, though, am I allowed to play too? Or what are we doing? Then she needs to know what she wants. Obviously, that lady wants to stay in that marriage. If not, the minute you find out he's cheating, I'm out.
Okay, hold on, Shade. Let me go to Jabodantis and I'll go to Sidia. As the only man on the panel today, we have seen where your colleague has strayed out of the home. And not only has he strayed, he has he caught a bullet because obviously we think there might be some pregnancy involved. Now, this woman has died. As a man that cannot take cheating, because if we were to, if these roles were to be reversed, I don't think a man would allow his wife to be grieving on a partner supposedly and come home with someone else's pregnancy. What advice, what's your take on this issue?
These things are not new, They happen.
They're not.
They happen all the time. Like, before you know it, you realize that the person you're close to, the husband, is actually in that kind of entanglement. It happened to it's like this guy, this is who he wants to marry. But because the family, the parents, they're influential, they want him to marry the daughter of somebody. Now they will be in a marriage, the guy will be sleeping with the person who his heart is. He will be cheating. I'm just trying to figure out why that guy will be mourning another man's wife. Maybe that's his first love. That's who he wanted to marry. Because the girl is from a poor background, the parents want him to marry some rich girl. Now there is no real affection for rich girl. Just like they forced Prince Charles to marry Lady Diana. Do you understand? Prince Charles, his head, his brain, his heart is with one woman who is married to somebody else.
Camilla.
Meanwhile, exactly. He ended up going back to Camilla. He didn't mourn Diana like he would mourn Camilla.
Yeah.
So, it happens all the time. I know a lady who told me that she's married to a pastor now. He has done the theology, whatever training. She has become a deaconess, wife of a big redeemed pastor. But she said, this is not the life I want. But this is where destiny has put me. I want to party. I want to be free. I don't want to wake up every morning doing Orogo Santa. People bringing their problems to her. She doesn't want to deal with that. But she said, I'm trapped. This is the life I have to live now. So that kind of girl, imagine if that kind of girl has a chance to be in the same city with her true love. Do you think things won't be happening? And she said categorically, I thank God I'm not in the same country with my boyfriend of that time. Because if we're in the same country, I'm sorry, I can't disappoint you guys. There will be a story of pastor's wife sleeping with somebody. So these things happen all the time. We just have to, that we don't end up finding ourselves in that kind of an entanglement. Because if you like, fly to heaven and come back, what will be, will be.
True.
Okay.
You know, that's where I'm going to stop. I'm not judging anyone. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
advocating or crucifying anyone. I'm just going to leave you as it is.
Okay. Thanks.
Episode of stressing this poor woman. I want to murder 3 a.m. crying. I beg get
Ekel, she wants to stress herself. She should go and sit down. She wants to stress herself. If a man's gone cheating, I don't see him again. No, a man has gone cheating. I don't see him again. So why is she stressing herself? You start mourning, you start crying. I will chase you to the sitting room and go and cry with your ghost there. Leave the room for me. She wants to stress herself. That girl wants to stress herself. Then she has to go to put it and be stressing our brain. She should go and sit down.
Celia, take it home for me as someone that advocates for marriages. Now, this husband has done the ultimate. Not only has he cheated, he has brought the cheating home and had the nerve to actually want to be given space to grieve. What's your take on this issue?
You see, he's a spoiled brat. That's all I have to say. Yeah, he's a spoiled brat. The audacity he has to cheat, possibility of impregnating a woman, and now he's not even now hiding it. He wants to openly mourn, and he needs her support. But you see, the thing is, as Shade said, the woman obviously wants the marriage to work. She does not want to leave her husband, right? If she did, we would not be here trashing this topic, right? We won't be here trashing this topic. And unfortunately, since that's what she wants the marriage to work. She wants her husband to get out of this funk that he's in. Unfortunately, she has to allow him grieve. How she wants to do that is up to her. Whether she wants to be there holding her hand, which I find very nauseating, right? It's very nauseating. I don't know how she's even going to do that. The fact that you're not mourning your father, you're not mourning your mother, you're not mourning a child or a family member, you're mourning someone you had an affair with. Everybody, all these people are mad. All these men that are cheating on their wives, they are mad. The women that are cheating on their husbands, they are all mad. All of them should just get out. Do you understand? If they are not ready to marry, let them come out of it. It is not by force.
No, but Celia, all of them are married in this entanglement.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, because the man now, the Oga or chief mourner, the chief mourner Oga, that you are mourning somebody else's wife even more than that person. Do you understand? Now, I can't get my head around it. I want to be sympathetic to the man. Okay, I want to be sympathetic to the man and say, okay, I just can't. When Shadi was talking, I was trying to find a soft spot and say, okay, but I can't. I opened my mouth and something else came out. I just can't. It's out of order.
The wife is not saying the truth.
Thank you. She knows about the woman. She knows that another woman exists. She just pretended. Sometimes we pretend. We women, we sense things. So for you not to know that your husband is cheating or not to sense, we sense it. Even if you will see somebody and you will know there's something between your husband and that lady without even knowing, your body will be telling you as a woman. So all this while, you know that co-worker, they are close. You never challenged him. You never said, what's up with you? I will confront the woman and say, I notice you're close to my husband. Can I have your husband's number? Me, I'm like that. Why are you close to my husband? What's going on? We will talk about it. And then now he died. Me, I feel sorry for the guy. It's not easy to find love.
It's not even
love that woman. Let him mourn his mistress,
you
please.
are giving him space.
Okay.
I will give you space forever.
You get space forever.
So that when you finish mourning the woman, you will now come and mourn when I've left you too. You will have that heartbreak to mourn. Yeah.
I love you guys.
Can I ask, as a woman, and Ajike, I'll come to you for this. Given that this mistress is dead now, should this woman consider this as a win? Because obviously she's got her husband back. And then because she really wants to work on her, Shade, calm down. She really wants to work on her marriage. So Ajike, should she sister consider it as a win, given that the mistress is dead?
A win.
Yeah, a win.
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 Yeah,
she's not in competition with anybody anymore.
No, she's with the dead person.
Is that worse?
a fat that you're supposed to
The
hold
man will
inside.
still find another love.
You're not telling me to be
We
smelling
find
it.
another new love.
Jabberjantis
Except it's the one that is explaining that
Ethel,
maybe they
you're
allow him
mute.
to
I
marry
can't hear you.
somebody.
Ethel, you're mute. I can't hear you.
I said spiritual wife. The woman will turn into a spiritual wife. Yes. No hope. No hope.
Yes.
Okay.
You see, I think this is the problem because in as much as I like the whole ethos of marriage and I always want it to work, and even Tonto Dike and Popo Gray, I wanted it to work as bad as it sounds, I just feel that one thing people also have to understand that sometimes when you go into a union, you think you're going into that union with the right person, right? But then maybe a few years down the line, you realize that me and this person, we are too different. Do you understand? You realize that there are certain things that this person is doing that I can never be okay with. Whether it's cheating, or whether it's domestic violence, or whether it's sexual urges that the man wants, or whatever it is, you find out that you can never be okay with it. I think it is at this point, as a responsible adult, you need to call it quits and leave the marriage. Forget about what people are going to say. Oh, she couldn't hold the home, she couldn't do this. No, because there is more respect. I think, though, there is more respect in you leaving a marriage because there are irreconcilable differences than for you to be hopping from one woman to the other, or hopping from one man to the other. You do not have to remain married if you know that there's certain things about your partner that you cannot handle. Make it an amicable separation and leave.
Yes. Let me ask you this. From what we gather, and I think Shade mentioned it appears that this man is a good husband. Okay. And this might just be a lapse in judgment. From the looks, from what we read, it appears that the sister wants to work on her marriage. Are you saying she shouldn't? She should just call it quits?
That's why I said it's up to her. Do you understand? Okay. Because at the end of the day, he's not a good husband. A man who will go and have an affair outside and then impregnate the woman. So which means he did not really give a fuck about her. He was just doing what he was doing, did not consider her feelings, did not consider what will happen when she finds out, did not love her enough to consider her emotions when she does find out. So what would have happened when this woman now gave birth if she didn't die? And the child was for him. He will not bring the child home and say, actually, or on the day he dies, this woman then comes out and says, actually, your husband fathered a son or a child with me. No, he was not a good husband. She just didn't find out. And now that she has found out, if I'm her, well, I will.
Let me say what he said. He wasn't going to leave her. He actually loves her.
What kind of a nonsense excuse is that? Shade, let the woman go and cheat and come back with pregnancy and say, I wasn't going to leave you. I was still going to love you and the other man. See, there are a lot of things that women are taking that men don't take. It's okay for a man to cheat and the woman will forgive. Or the expectation is that the woman will shut up and keep on with the marriage. But when the woman cheats, you are a prostitute. If you can do one, you have done 100. That's how it always goes.
Okay. Hold on, Shade, hold on. Jabberjantis, let me come to you. Like, the ladies have made a valid point. You people can't take a pin going up your behind, but you're ready to pull a pole up the mouth of a woman. Why is it that it's okay for this man to be so reckless in his attitude and bring that to the doorstep of his wife? But I can't be pregnant now and come and tell me that I met someone.
I get what you're saying, but that comparison is not fair. It's not the same.
Make sense.
You will let me talk. You asked me a question, right?
Yeah.
If I go out and impregnate somebody, I can't tell you that you gave birth to that child. I can't give that child to you and say you gave birth to this boy while you were sleeping. Okay? But you can come to me now and tell me that this pregnancy you are carrying is mine when it's not mine. You can go and cheat and I won't find out. I can go and cheat, you won't find out. You can get pregnant there and claim it's mine. I can impregnate somebody, but I can't tell you it's yours. Do you see the difference? So
that doesn't make it right either way.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I said I can cheat outside, you don't find out. You can cheat, I don't find out. But one person can lie to the other that this baby is yours. But I can't lie to you that that girl's baby is yours. So it's not good comparison. But let us know that it goes both ways. Men cheat, women cheat. Husband cheats, wife cheats. they all cheat. Men can go out and cheat now, and the family will come and say, secret
Yeah.
you have 3 kids already. That is unfair. But unfortunately, it's the world we live in our own part of the world, in this society. Forgive him. What do you want to do? So because you impregnated somebody, you will now, ruin all your marriage. Don't do
Yeah.
that. Look at your kids. They're wonderful together.
Mm.
You want to go to somebody else's who
Is
will
it
sleep with
beating you?
and go, and
No.
another one will come sleep
Is
with
it
you and go.
stabbing you?
You
No.
know, you don't even know whether the person you are going to is going to be worse than where you left. So resolve it, blah, blah, blah. For some people, it works for them. For some people, it is agony upon agony upon agony, and it goes on like that. But, you know, do we really understand these things? Do we really know how these things feel to these women? It is like a big yoke around their neck. They can't pull it off. They can't drop it on the floor and move on because society will judge them. And at the same time, if they stay inside, it is pain. But people will say, is the men's world, or is the world we live in? We men are made to procreate, this and that. Women too can procreate too.
Yeah.
It's just that issue of DNA test, this and that is really ruining a lot of things for us now. But
Because
truth be
for
told,
you.
men cheat, women cheat.
Because imagine a woman that went into a relationship, just her and her husband. She knows that she does not want to be a stepmom to any child, so she makes sure she marries a man that doesn't have any children, and then all of a sudden, inside the marriage, she now talks to a stepmother, right? How is that fair on the woman? And she's meant to take him.
It's not fair.
Okay.
It's not fair.
Let's shift gear for a minute. Shadi, I'll come to you, but let's shift gear for a minute. I'm going to go to you for okay, go on, say what you wanted to say.
I just wanted to say that yes, we all have an idea of how marriage should be. We have to also understand something, that it is not like that anymore. You should only know your own right now, because a lot of people are taking a lot of things and you don't know. You just see them together. There's a lot of stuff going on there. Even with the men, some women, they can't keep it together. They can't. They find happiness outside because the person inside, they can't get. They're not communicating emotionally. So there's a lot going on right now, and I'm with Celia on that. If it's not working for you, you walk out. It don't care what anyone says. This is about your happiness, right? So why give yourself a bad name when you're caught with Mr. Lagbaja? It doesn't make sense anymore. It's better you get out of it and just know that, okay, you're there, and then don't go looking for trouble in other people's marriages. There's a lot of, in my little 40-something years on earth, I've heard so many things that I now know that marriage is not how I used to dream about it as a child anymore. The other time
marriage has evolved.
It's gone crazy. And that's why we need to now talk. We need to really find out what we want. What are we doing? You have to talk to the man now more. Like, what is this? What we started this foundation on? Do we just say, okay, we're no divorce, nothing, but we can catch our fun outside? There's many things that is going on now.
I can agree on that too. Because I think if I was single, for example, and I met a man who told me he was married before, if he tells me the reason why he's no longer married was because he was a serial cheater or he was cheating on his wife, I'm not going to go into that relationship with that man. But if he tells me,
always tell the truth.
Well, let's assume he does. Yeah, they don't always do, but let's assume he does, or let's assume you know someone that knows him and says the reason why his marriage didn't work was because he was a serial cheater. But if you meet someone and you know that the reason why their marriage didn't work was because him and his wife, they just couldn't communicate, or they could, do you understand? I'd rather go, you will know what you're getting into, and then you make your decision, rather than going into a relationship where you know that the man has been cheating up and down. What makes you different? You're not going to be different. He's probably going to cheat on you as well,
Thank you. I'm going to move a bit, and I'm going to go to Ethel and Ajike for this. I know both of you are like, no, you do your mourning on your own. But should this man be given time to mourn his mistress in peace while you pick up the slacks until the dust settle? Like, he's quit. He's all done, Ethel. He's quit his job now. You have bills to pay.
Yeah,
remember that vow. The vow, it says in sickness and in health. This man is definitely sick. So this is the point where you need to let your home not crumble. So I'm asking both of you, would you hold the fort until this man comes out of that funk?
I'll send him to a mental institute. Let him be session. Then he'll be doing the course there. When
Wonder which acts? Section 2 or 3?
3. Make it section 3. May remain there.
Oh my God.
Get treatment, they come, but that's madness. It's bad enough to do what you did. Then you're not giving me time. Then you are crying every day.
So,
don't like
Ethel, would you like that he gave you time, that he needed to mourn his dead mistress, and then he quits his job, and then you take hold of the bills in the house, at least till it gets better?
No, all those ones are English. I'll run. I'll fade. Sorry.
All those ones are English.
All those ones are English.
Listen, he quit his job. He didn't tell me. He didn't think about me.
Selfish. He's very selfish. He's very selfish. There was no threesome. He didn't bring the woman home. There was no threesome. Now the woman needs to come and mourn woman that.
Yeah. Hold on. Ethel, Celia, and Ajike. This man said he could no longer work in the place because it was too traumatic for him.
Oh, Rico, no.
Okay, brother, your kids are in school. Who's going to pay the bill? Your mortgage.
A mental whatever, they will help him there, because this is madness. This is not normal. So let them take him for treatment. When he's okay, he knows where to
boy, I tell you, love him now. We can't do that to him.
you see, they leave me off.
Don't like people.
You see, well, this is the selfishness we were talking about earlier. The man is a very spoiled brat. He's selfish, very self-centered individual. You are not now only now telling your wife that you had an affair, you're quitting your job. Supposing he was the main earner in the home, how does he want her to carry on with the family financially? Maybe they have kids that need school fees paying. They have to pay a mortgage or something. How does he want the family to carry on from this?
I will quit my job too. I will quit my job too. I will go sit on the floor and be crying for
let all of us mourn her. Yeah, let's all really mourn her. She's such a nice woman. Let's all,
very lovely lady.
Mona Lisa.
None of you will pick up the bills. Is that what you're saying?
I will send him back to his mother.
Yeah, I think at this point, he needs to get out of my home because I can't see him. I don't want to be seeing him unless he goes and joins the wife, this mistress.
He needs to mourn her. He loves her. I don't like it, ladies. He really loves her,
So,
and that baby that died, that's not nice. A poor baby. We can't even do the DNA to find out if the baby is his or not. They can't even go and meet the husband and claim the baby. Imagine what he's going through.
Did he come home and say, sorry, I lost somebody?
So, hold on. I can't hear you. Can you speak up?
Oh my God.
How did she find out? Who confessed to you? Did he come home and
The
say,
husband confessed.
He told her.
He told her.
something is not right?
He had, he had.
In the beginning, look
And
for
man, something is not right.
Oh my God, you guys are so mean. I don't like it.
Okay.
It's not even.
I'll let him mourn her.
I was watching, I think it was Grey's Anatomy, and there was a point there where one woman comes in every year on a particular day of a heart issue. And one of the doctors was asking, history, like, okay, so what is so significant about this day? Every year, this day, you're in hospital. And they were like, can you remember when this? He said it's been going on for the past 7 years. So the doctor was asking the woman, so what is it that happened on this day 7 years ago? Because every year you've been coming in. And she goes, I can't remember. And the husband goes, oh, our neighbor. That was when our neighbor died. Yeah, that's when our neighbor died and they were taking his corpse away and then you collapsed. That was the first time you had your heart attack. So they now asked the husband to go and buy water. And that turned to the woman like, what was Ted? That's the name of the neighbor. What was Ted to you? Who was Ted to you? And she was like, that was the love of my life. So for 7 years on the day that Ted died, this woman has been having heart attack consistently.
And she didn't know.
And I don't know if anyone watched Power, the series. There was a place where Ghost, the main character, was telling his wife, Tash, go easy on me. I just lost the love of my life.
Yes.
So in this scenario, it's obvious that this sister that wrote this thing is not the love of the life of her.
No.
But she, like Shade said, she loves her husband.
She loves
so
her husband.
for the panelists, how can we help her win back the love of her life?
Savage in this thing. That's just the man for you. It's never gonna change. If he can't marry the living, he will marry the ghost. He's already marrying the ghost now. So
Ethel, let my brother mourn his mistress. So
no, but Shade, how do we help this lady back?
He needs to help him, hold his hand, go with him to his appointment, and make sure that he purges himself. So he just lost someone. We don't know if it's a year's affair or one of those things. You know, you just meet your soulmate and you just eat it up, and they were together morning, afternoon, and night. You know, and he just lost someone.
Can I ask? Does that not make you feel inadequate?
Now, okay, let me answer that question. You know, I said that I don't do cheating, but let me say I'm this lady right now, and it's obvious for her to even ask us for advice. She wants to keep this man. She's in love with him. She does. And she's really tried. She's really tried, but because she doesn't know the lady the way he knows her, she can't connect to the mourning. You know, sometimes you would have a friend, you probably haven't seen her in years, but you hear that she dies, you feel bad. You understand? So that is even ordinary us with friends, girlfriend, or even family members. But in this particular case, she doesn't understand it because she wasn't there. It wasn't threesome. It wasn't three in a marriage. It was three in a marriage, but she didn't know. She was the last person to know. So if I were her right now, I don't know how she wants to do it. I hope she can help herself with her children. She needs to let him be. But you're not going to be in my house. I'm sorry, because that's draining me. So you will go and maybe squat with your parents, with your friends, or even get a house and mourn her when you're ready. You know, if I'm still available. When you're ready. It's not. Did you hear that? Did you hear that clause? If I'm still available.
If you're still available.
If I'm still available, maybe after a year or two, that you are sure that you will not mention her name or cry a quick in my house, then we will come and talk.
It's infinity. It's infinity. It's not married the living.
Anyway.
No, I'm acting like if I'm the lady now. In the first place, he will not even have the guts to tell me that he's cheating. He will not have the guts right now to tell me that he's cheating. But I'm acting like the lady, and she's accepted it. It's 3 months ago. She even probably went with the idiot to the funeral, and now she now has the guts to be stressing us, to be telling us to advise her. So you need to hold his hand, darling, and take him to all his meetings with his therapist. And sit with him, give him tissue, give him coffee, and pour out his heart, and then take him back when you're ready. Idiot. I can't.
Okay.
I can't deal.
Jagwa as a man. How can you? Because obviously,
is he finished for the woman? Is just profound. Is he finished?
He's in love with the ghost.
He finished. Okay.
Let me tell you something.
Let
me tell you something. This one is a personal situation. My dad has the love of his life. You know, like how you said the first marriage, my mom was an arranged marriage. Oh, that child from that house, she is nice. So they arranged themselves, they got married, they loved each other, they had kids. But he fell in love after the divorce with the love of his life. Unfortunately, she died. And he never got over her. Now, his compensation wife, I'm sure if she sees this, she's gonna kill me. The last wife. That's why he's the one that I just thought, okay, I can't be without a wife at my man of my status and all that. But honestly, he compares her to the one that was dead. So I understand when you're in love with someone that died. That guy, my dad needed therapy because we'll just be sitting there and you just think, if she was in, I know what she would do. And your wife is sitting next to you. She was in a competition with a ghost for a very long time in their marriage.
That's a very serious one.
The ghost is not there for you to eye. The ghost is not there for you to give body heat.
Meanwhile, you didn't cheat with the ghost, so this one's a new wife that just married a widow. So you can imagine what this woman will go through with this man. He needs to go and sort himself out. And then, you know, either they want to make it work or not is up to them. You know, up to her, actually, because he doesn't want to go anywhere. He wants to still, you know, pile his shit on her. It's not fair. No.
Jagwa Jansis, as a man, please, how can this lady win the love of her? Because she, like Shade said, and Shade Ethel and Celia said it, this woman wants to be in this marriage. She's not going anywhere. So let's not say divorce. She does not want to go. Please, how can she win the love of her own life? Because I don't think the man loves her. She loves the man. So how should she win him back?
So that relationship, she's married to herself. That man is married to a ghost.
Mhm.
So we need to first clarify that. Secondly, they need to give each other break for some time.
Yeah.
Let that man know very well.
Mm.
You go away, go and do whatever you want to do, go to the moon and back. And when you finally regain your sanity, because right now she is not well.
She or
When you
him?
regain, she's not
She
well.
herself, she's not well.
Yes, because a normal human being should not be reasoning the way she's reasoning.
That's
When
it.
she comes back and the man comes back after maybe a year or two, then let us reevaluate the idiot and see whether he's still in love with a ghost. Because it's only a stupid man that
Very,
would do
very.
that.
He could not
And
hold it together. Honestly, he could not hold it together. When I was talking to my older friend, he said most
what are
men
you
go
holding?
through a lot. He can't hold it together. He loves her. He has to mourn her.
Oh, see, sometimes these stories they just come across to me like a script. Honestly,
I
like somebody
know.
is looking for something to keep you guys busy.
But it's, but
They
it's, but
sure
it's
do.
happening.
But
It's
it's true,
happening.
these
But it's
things
true. It does
happen.
happen. It does happen.
Of course, I mentioned a few
Yeah.
examples, and Shade actually also buttressed my points by our own family background. So these things they do happen. They happen all the time. But it's just that the circumstances surrounding the issue. You go out sleeping with somebody, you have a serious relationship. In fact, you are in a marriage outside, a shadow marriage outside, and then you now lost your wife. You are now coming home to reality to come and tell me that somebody is dead. I actually had a relationship, we're sleeping with each other, and it looks like that baby is mine. Why don't you go? Me, as the wife, I will tell the husband. My husband
Oh,
was
the
sleeping with
woman.
the wife. Did you know? Did you know? Yeah, I only just found out.
Please let
And it
him
appears that
know.
that baby may be my husband's baby. So that me and that husband too, we can do something, so that he too can swallow that pill. Like, wow, my wife is sleeping with that woman's husband.
So,
That's
So
true.
tit for tat. I'm not a saint and I'm not trying to judge, but at the same time, there are some things you don't take to the woman. It's very
Now,
disrespectful.
this is too extreme. And
It's
the
very
disrespect of the
disrespectful.
woman is
It's
too
too
much.
much. Actually, that's the thing. The disrespect that you're now expecting to pick up the pieces after you. It's
One
too
woman,
much.
give it that.
Celia, also
Oh God,
asking you this.
the woman has died. My husband's eyes are clear. What are you celebrating here?
Clear eyes.
Celia, asking you the same question I've asked the rest of the team. How can this woman win back the love of her life? Because obviously, like Shade, Jamadantis, and Ethel have said, it's a disrespect of the highest order. You're not even competing with a living person. You're competing with a ghost that probably might be pregnant
pregnant
with another
ghost.
ghost.
A pregnant
So,
ghost.
a pregnant ghost. That's double whammy.
Yeah, I mean, the woman might even see this as a win. Oh, she might say, "Hey, thank God, my
She
prayers
might
have
say it.
worked." Yeah,
She said it is a
yeah.
win.
She will see it as a win now. She will say, "Thank God, my prayers has worked." All those midnight prayers, yes, God has answered me. What God cannot do does not exist.
That's
Do you
true.
understand? And again, if she has the documents to the house, for example, the papers to the house, she might not even care. Let her husband be doing what he wants to do. But in order to help her husband, if she wants to win the love of her life back, which I see is a very stupid love, she just has to be there for him. She has to be the cushion for him to cry when he wakes up at 3 o'clock in the morning and wants to cry. She needs to help him, pet him, just reassure him. Maybe that will not even make her the love of the man's life, because the man might now see how selfless she is and how empathetic she is and how she's been there for him, even in this very hard situation that no woman on this panel will be able to handle. But the woman is just there, and the woman is there for him. She might now become the love of his life, and he might now be seeing her in a different light and not really
Yeah, you're right. And then in 50 years' time, she'll be giving testimony of 50 years of marriage, how she suffered.
Yeah.
God bless you with
Hold on.
million.
Ethel is dying to tell me something.
Ethel is dying to
Ethel,
talk.
go on.
I'm not mute, man.
No, you're not. Go on.
The next thing that is going to happen, he's going to start looking for somebody with the same personality, the same looks as the dead one. That woman no chance for her, or she should just rest.
Yeah.
What's wrong with you people? What about suffering with the dead? With your that just apart in marriage. What's wrong with you people? She
Yeah,
used to be
no.
there for him.
Yeah, she does.
The other one,
Yes,
he did
yes.
the
And
other one,
pray
and he's dead. They are still together. So
and
this
pray. She needs to pray for
You
him.
know what?
Tell God to take control of her marriage. God took
Okay.
that one away from her marriage. She was an
Hmm.
obstacle, you know.
okay.
So how many we God take away from our marriage? So every relation, every mistress, God will be taking to everyone.
Hey,
You know
Sorry,
what?
I'm trying not to think about it. But
I think we're gonna leave it at that. But before we close, I just want to go round the room and just ask you just one word for this brother that is mourning his partner. You know, we've given the wife advice now. We're an all-rounded group. So let's give a moment. I'll start with Jagbajantis because he's your colleague. What advice can you give to this brother?
You really want me to advise this brother?
Yes, now.
Well, first of all, I don't think I have any words for somebody who know how to hold his shit together. First of all, the advice I'll give him is he needs to up his game. He needs to up his game. You don't cheat and then bring the stupidity to your woman at home. Whatever you're doing in Vegas, let it stay in Vegas. You don't come home and start crying like a baby. What kind of man are you? You're not a man.
exactly the infantry.
You know, so you have the audacity to come home and tell my sister, you're married to my sister, you come and tell my sister, oh, I'm cheating, oh, I'm sleeping with this person, that baby might be mine, blah, 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 and then you're crying like a baby. The badu, you know, the thunder, you know. So it's really wrong. It's just really wrong. It's just really, really wrong. I'll tell you, that's my advice. So the advice is you need to up your game. You don't come home with stupidity. That's
brother,
it.
oh, is it my turn now?
Yeah, your turn.
The guy, Abby,
The guy, yeah.
brother, you didn't try at all. Number one, you cheated. Number two, you got somebody pregnant. Number three, you are still disrespecting your wife on top of herself. If you don't want the woman, just let her go instead of wasting her time. Because this is not gonna, I don't see anything, you know, any progress in this marriage. After this, I think it's done. I know brother is going to go and look for somebody that fits that let this go and don't waste her life.
So you should let her go and not waste her life. Shade, 1 minute. What advice do you have for the brother?
For him, right?
Yeah, for him.
Oh, my brother, he's really heartbroken, so I can't even deal. I really feel sorry for him. You see, the thing about it is no, it's my brother. You know, the thing about it is that nowadays cheating is a norm now. Everybody cheats. So it might actually be his first time, oh, poor guy. So let it be the last one, please. Now that this one has died, he's telling you to go back and work things out with your wife. So he needs to toughen up. She's gone. May our soul rest in peace. May God forgive all our sins. You know, she's gone. He needs to now focus back on the woman that loves him. You know, try and for her as well, understand that she doesn't understand what he's going through. So you need to snap out of this. If he's my brother, I'll tell him, snap, because you will lose a good woman with this foolishness. And I will try and make it up to her. But you see, what happened to him, I'm sorry, I know nobody's going to like this, but can happen to anybody. You can fall in love out of your marriage and then you have no control over. You understand? So it's happened. Come back, get it together, brother. You're going to lose that woman, then you lose your house, you're going to be homeless. And the dead is dead already. That's why she's turned to bunga fish. So please, you know.
This love of a thing. This love of a thing.
Celia,
so it is
advice for the brother.
My advice to him.
Make me have sense.
Right? My advice to him is if you don't know how to cheat, please don't cheat. Okay? Don't cheat if you don't know, because there are rules in this cheating.
He knows how to cheat now.
There are rules in this cheating. Let me tell you. Except you are looking for a child. Nobody goes and cheats and gets that person pregnant. Yes. Except you are looking for a child. Right? You don't get as a woman, if you want to cheat on your husband, don't carry belly and come home. Okay, as a man, if you want to cheat on your wife, don't go and get another woman pregnant, because that's not in the rule book of cheating, except you are just looking for surrogate person and you want to just use the person's head without telling them.
Exactly.
Okay. Number two, if you want to cheat, don't get caught, please. Okay, don't get caught if you want to cheat. Be very discreet about it. That's when it's sweeter. I don't understand, because these days people just cheat and they don't even care whether they are caught or not. I thought the whole vibe in the thing was to be hiding.
It's the hygiene.
Now people don't even care anymore. Your girlfriend, your side chick can be calling you and you give your wife the phone and say answer it and tell her I'll call her. I don't understand men these days and some women. Do you understand? So my advice to the man is
Snapchat now.
Sorry?
They will post your people, side chicks will post your husband on Snapchat these days. Love of my life.
The rules of cheating have changed.
Yeah, so if he doesn't know how to cheat, let him not cheat. And as Shade said, the woman at home really does love him. And I doff my hat off to that woman. She's such an amazing person. As good as I thought I was, this is someone that I've never seen this kind of angel on earth, honestly. So the man can't lose a good woman. So let him just quickly mourn and concentrate on the woman that loves him.
Back.
She said it like sarcastically, like.
Let's leave it at that. If the lady in question is watching, as you can see, there's so many cherry to pick from what has been thrown in the basket. But my advice to her, do you? You see, to make it really interesting, you to go out there, go and look for someone that will die.
Exactly. And be family with
somebody that will die.
That way, he can understand what you're feeling. Yeah. But all jokes apart, we wish you all the best in your relationship. Until we come your way next week, it's been a pleasure trashing this. And from the desk of Trash It, we are here on Pop Central every Sunday, 9 p.m., where we talk about interesting things. And we look forward to sharing more topics with you. See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.